9 minutes now before the hour. There's some controversy fermenting within the wine community. At its center is an economist who claims he can analyze fine wines without ever smelling a bouquet or savoring a drop. Good Morning America's science editor Michael Gillen met with him recently.
In many ways, wine tasters are a lot like movie critics. Their opinions, though highly subjective, carry a lot of weight in a multi-billion-dollar industry.
To give you an idea, these brand new 94 wines won't be ready to drink for several years. In the meantime, wine tasters aren't waiting. They're dipping into these new blends and sipping them. Now, their reviews are all important because they can affect the price and popularity of a new wine. The question is, are they reliable?
Not according to Princeton economist Orley Ashenfelter. He thinks all that guesswork is so much hooey. Instead, he's developed a mathematical formula that predicts if a vintage will turn out good or bad.
And the 62 is 561 pounds a case, and the 63 is 175 pounds a case.
Why did you even get involved in this? I mean, you're an economist by training.
I got involved because I like good wine, and I was trying to find a way to buy better wines on my budget.
Ashenfelter came up with his formula by comparing weather records and wine prices of select Burgundies and Bordeaux between 1952 and 1980. The best way to predict how a wine will turn out, he discovered, is to look at the weather that produced the wine's grapes in the first place. In particular, winter rain, summer sun, and autumn rain.
An outstanding growing season for grapes would be one where there was plenty of rainfall in the winter, no rainfall at the end of the growing season, and where the temperature was warm enough so that the grapes just ripened up perfectly at the end of the growing season.
Ashenfelter invited me to put his formula to the test.
So now, one is bad and one is good according to formula, and I'm going to try to figure it out. Right, Orley? Okay, this is a 72. Not so good. Let's try this one. Well, I got to tell you, there is no competition. I'd say the 76 is the best. What does your formula say?
It says the same thing.
But I'm not a wine expert, and many who are call Ashenfelter's formula ludicrous, Neanderthal, barbaric. Indeed, the major wine magazines don't even allow him to advertise in their pages.
Everyone I speak to in the wine trade and wine writers, we all kind of laugh about the Ashenfelter theory.
Michael Aaron is the president of Sherry Lehman, the largest wine distributor in the country.
If you judge wine only by the number, what are you missing? The taste, and that's what it's all about.
Scientists who study winemaking criticize Ashenfelter for ignoring other variables that go into producing a good vintage, like grape variety, pruning practices, and the kind of yeast used in the fermentation process.
Different yeast can bring out different flavors. So depending on the mixture of yeasts and the predominance of one yeast over another, you can get different flavors.
Even though wine experts don't like Ashenfelter's formula, it might be just sour grapes, because they tend to agree with his conclusions. The one major disagreement? The 1986 Bordeaux.
They are really mammoth, important, gigantic wines.
And I say they're average quality wines, and that anybody who buys them now is going to be sorry.
Who's right? Well, it'll be a few years before the vintage comes of age, but Ashenfelter says he's preparing to celebrate with what else? A nice bottle of wine.
I would like them to honestly judge the quality of the wines by the way they taste, and when they're wrong, acknowledge it, and if it turns out I'm right, be good enough to say so.
All right, it is 5 before the hour. We'll take a commercial break. Good Morning America continues. Stay with us.